Welcome back, writers. Today we're going to continue on with our lesson for our climate paragraph. We focused on last time topic sentences, so today we are going to talk about paragraphs and how we can get our information into a clear and coherent paragraph using supporting details. Thinking about our topic sentence, just for a review, remember the topic sentence tells the reader what the rest of the paragraph will be about. All the sentences after will provide more details to support the topic. Since we have our research here, so make sure you have this handy and out on your climate, we broke our information up into categories. We need to think about how we're going to organize our writing so that our writing is easy to read. When I think about paragraphs, I want to think about why are they important to our writing. So paragraphs give readers a break and allow readers to process the information. They organize the information based on its own topic and central idea. And they also make writing more clear and easier to read and understand. I'm going to show you an example of some writing. And I want you to tell me what you notice. I want you to think about what you notice in this paragraph. Seems like a lot of writing in this passage. I'm going to read this aloud. And I want you to think about, as I read, what the author could have done to break this up and how their information was grouped. Chess is one of the oldest games around. People have played it for thousands of years. Today, people play it all over the world. Young children play it and grown-ups play it. Chess is a battle between two armies, black and white. Each player tries to capture the opponent's king while at the same time protect his or her own. There are many pieces to help you. Each army has a queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, 2 knights, and 8 pawns. Learning how to move these pieces can be challenging. Chess is a great game and is not difficult to learn. I'm wondering if I'm seeing a change in ideas. The first thing to know is how each player moves on the board and how they can capture their players. You'll want to know a few other things like how to defend yourself from a checkmate and how to protect your king by castling. Once you start to play, you will never stop learning how to play it better. That's because there's always something to learn or invent about how the pieces work together. If you like playing with your friends, you might want to try playing in a chess tournament. The USCF, United States Chess Federation, sponsors scholastic tournaments for school-age children. At tournaments, you get to play new players. Playing different players allows you to learn more strategies. If you play in a tournament, you will earn a rating that tells you and other players how strong of a chess player you are. Well, I noticed that I learned a lot about chess here, but I noticed that the author had different groups of information here. And I think paragraphs would have really helped to make this a little bit easier for us to understand. Why don't you pause the video and see where you would break up this long paragraph into maybe 3 separate paragraphs. I want you to think to yourself, where did my ideas change? Where did the group of information start to switch? So thinking here, they talk about how long it's been, a little bit of history about our game. And I'm going to actually turn over here and see if this makes sense. If we broke up our reading, even just looking at this, what does it do for you? Does this seem a little bit more manageable? Is it easy to see how this information is grouped together? So notice that they had one short little paragraph about chess is one of the oldest games around. People have played it for thousands of years. Today, people play it all over the world. Young children play it and grown-ups play it. I'm noticing that this paragraph is definitely more of an introduction paragraph. It tells me a little bit about chess. This next paragraph was telling us how to play and what the purpose is. So I would see that that information would go together. So I might have an introduction, kind of how to play or purpose. And then the next, how they broke it up, it says chess is a great game and not difficult to learn. So I should be able to see here that this paragraph, they're going to tell me more about how it's not difficult to learn. And then lastly, it kind of tells us our topic sentence, if you like playing with your friends, you might want to try playing chess in a chess tournament. So it gives us a little bit more information about different chess tournaments here. So notice how our topic sentences give us these big ideas of what the rest of the paragraphs are going to be about. It is an easy way for us to break up our writing into paragraphs and introduce the next topic. So what we're going to take a look at is an example of how I took my research from my state notes here that you see. And to refresh your memory, we've got extreme weather, we've got northern and southern Illinois, and tornadoes. I wrote my topic sentence yesterday, but now I've taken the time to write the rest of my paragraph. And what I needed to do was I needed to make sure I was thinking about how my ideas were grouped together to break them up into separate paragraphs. Oops. So let's take a look at my example. Oops. Okay. I have my climate part here. So I just continued on from where I left off. So Illinois can experience some extreme weather depending on the season. And since the state is so long, the weather can vary from the northern part of the state to the southern part. Notice I've got my topic sentence. The weather in Illinois can change from season to season, day to day, or even hour to hour. Since Illinois is very flat and there are no mountains, winds cause these drastic changes in weather. The lowest recorded temperature in Illinois was negative 38 degrees Fahrenheit on January 31st, 2019. Yet the highest recorded temperature in Illinois was 117 degrees Fahrenheit on July 14th, 1954. Did any of you spot the conjunction I used to make a compound sentence? Got my comma and my yet, thinking about my fanboys and ways I can combine my sentences. I want to point out here that the information I included was from this first box on my extreme weather. I figured out ways to connect my ideas by using my compound sentences and making sure that I was really focusing on the extreme weather. Now you're going to see that I transition to my next box of information, because if I put this all in one, I think it would be a lot of information for the readers. It would remind me of how this is a little bit more challenging to read when we had it all in one. Let's take a look at my next part. Northern Illinois is the coldest part of the state because of Lake Michigan affecting the weather. In January, the average temperature is around 24 degrees Fahrenheit. However, it is a bit warmer this time of year in southern Illinois, averaging about 33 degrees Fahrenheit. The average July temperature is around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about the same as in the northern and southern part of the state. Northern Illinois receives much more snow during the winter, getting 32 inches compared to 12 inches. On the other hand, the southern part of the state gets 45 inches of precipitation a year compared to northern's 36 inches. So I want to point out here, I combined my information from northern Illinois to southern Illinois. And instead of listing these as kind of separate facts, I really worked hard on comparing and contrasting them. You might see me use words like on the other hand, okay, or compared to. That's one way to organize our writing and a different way to break up our sentences. My last one is I have to fit in my information on tornadoes because that is a part of Illinois' climate. So not as long of a paragraph, but still enough that I would need to separate it from the rest since it's a different idea. Lastly, Illinois extreme weather doesn't stop at hourly temperature changes and tons of precipitation. It also includes tornadoes. Illinois has an average of 64 tornadoes a year. Tornadoes have killed more people in Illinois than in any other state. In fact, in March of 1925, there was the most destructive tornado, killing more than 600 people. So today, your focus is to organize your information, making sure you have a topic sentence and supporting details, as well as making sure that you're organizing your information into paragraphs that will fit together. This is a bit of a challenging skill, so you'll have a couple days to work on this and making sure that you come back to my example to help you. All right, writers, off you go. We are looking forward to seeing all the great paragraphs and details you will use in your writing.